Good morning, friends. Hope you are all doing great. Yes, yes. Good morning. So, we were discussing about various aspects of taxation. It was just an introductory classes that was going on. Every day, a little bit of introductions. So, we are covering up little by little. See, maybe unit 1, we are doing this, chapters of unit 1, which are more of introductory in nature only. So, day by day, 1 or 2 topics will be covered. So today's point of discussions will be differences between taxes, cess and fees. What is the difference between tax, cess and fees? And continuing further with the discussion, again I'll be discussing on types of taxes that are in India. Types of taxes. So yesterday we understood one thing. Why government collects tax and what is tax as such. So we said that tax is a financial charge imposed on a taxpayer by the government or its functional equivalents. Failure to pay is punishable under the law. So failure to pay is punishable under the law. So law is an obligation. Sorry, tax is an obligation. Tax is a compulsory payment. Tax, if you avoid the payment of tax, you will be punished under the law. So these points are very important. So moving on further, let me discuss 3 important topics or 3 similar topics which may seem similar but actually conceptually are different. So one is tax, the other one is fees, and the third one is cess. We need to understand these 3 things. So tax, you see, it is imposed by government on various sources. So if government says you have to pay your taxes on your income, that means if you have so much income, you need to pay the tax. If government says if you have 2 lakhs of income, you are supposed to pay the tax. So government is government is charging the source of income, or government is creating a charge, financial charge on income earning capacity of a person. So this is with respect to taxes. So taxes are imposed by government through law. And one more thing you have to observe, when we pay tax, we can't demand equal amount of returns for the tax. So is it like only those people who are paying tax will get benefit out of it? Have you seen anywhere tax ಕಟ್ಟಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ವಾಟರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ? Have you seen this type of structure anywhere in the government? No. So one-to-one relationship is not there. One-to-one relationship is absent in case of taxes. A one-to-one relationship is not at all there in case of taxes. So tax is a financial charge which is charged by the government on the source of income, but the person who has paid the tax will enjoy the benefit along with all the public, along with the general public. So even if a person is not paying the tax or a person is paying the tax, both will get the benefit out of it. So this is one more important point. So what I will say is there is no quid pro quo relationship. Quid pro quo relationship is absent. Quid pro quo means something in return for something. There is no something in return for something. That means a person who has paid tax might be deprived of some facilities also. We can't say. Normally what happens? Poor people need not pay tax. Poor people will not come under the tax bracket. If I am saying direct taxes, income tax, poor people will never come under tax bracket, because tax bracket says people who are earning less than 2.5 lakhs. People who are earning less than 2.5 lakhs need not pay the tax, need not pay income tax. I repeat, need not pay income tax. Now what happens? But while coming for the benefit part, even they will be enjoying the benefit. Even they will be enjoying the benefit. So tax is one financial charge which is levied on certain categories of persons, but the benefit out of it will be given to all the persons. So there is no quid pro quo relationship in tax. There is no concept of quid pro quo relationship in tax. And one more thing is, this is not the cost which is recovered by the government. I will speak about fees and then we will come back to tax so that we can compare and understand. So what is fees first of all? Fees can be said as a service charge. So if you go to a license authority, that is your RTO office, or if you go to your panchayat, or if you go to your municipal office, and if you want some service there, if you want some service there, you have to pay something called as fees. You pay license fees, and in return you are going to get license. You pay registration fees. In return you will get something registered there. You pay something called as even in case of college, if I say, even in case of college, what you will pay? You pay fees. You are not paying tax. It is not that you are going to pay tax based on your income. Fees is a fixed charge. Fees is a fixed charge for a service. Fees is a fixed charge for a service, which is charged for person who is giving the service in return for service. It need not be service, it may be for goods also. So tax is a blanket one. Tax is a blanket one. Tax ಅನ್ನು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೀಸ್ ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಫೀಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So if you want to take Aadhaar card, government will charge some fees for Aadhaar card. If you want to make your PAN card, government will charge a fees for PAN card. If you want a license, government will charge fees for that. If you want an electricity connection, government will charge fees for that. If you want a landline connection, government will charge fees for that. If you want any services from the government department, if you want to file an RTI application, if you want to file Right to Information Act application, government will charge fees for that. So there is a quid pro quo relationship. It is not that you are going to pay the fees and all the people will be enjoying it. It is not that way. You are going to pay the fees and you are going to take back the benefit out of it. You are going to pay the fees and you will be taking the benefit out of it. So there is a quid pro quo relationship between fees, between the service and the fees given. So one-to-one relationship, quid pro quo relationship is present. Quid pro quo relationship is present. Relationship is present. So examples are your license fees, registration fees, electricity connection charges. All these things are fees. So normally when it comes to fees ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೋ ಆ ಖರ್ಚನ್ನು ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್, ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದರ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ವೈರಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ವಿಸಿನ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ taxes are collected for the purpose of, taxes are collected based on income. Taxes are collected based on income when it comes to income tax or some other criteria. So service cost ಅನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ನ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದರ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್, GST, ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸೈಸ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್. ಫೀಸಿಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಫೀಸ್, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್, ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್, Aadhaar card fees, PAN card charges, whatever it is, everything are called as fees. So let us see point by point what are the difference between taxes, fees and cess. Cess I will talk later. Cess is a small part. Cess I will talk later. So tax, it is a compulsory contribution made by a taxpayer, because we understood that failure to pay a tax will attract legal charges, will attract some legal consequences. ಸೊ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಯಾರಿಂದ? ಒಬ್ಬ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಆಗಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ದು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್, there is no direct benefit between give and take. There is no direct give and take relationship between taxpayer and authority. ನೀವು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನೋ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತದಾ? ಅದಿಲ್ಲ. there is no give and take relationship. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is only collecting the tax. It will not give you any service. It will not give you any service. Suppose, sir, PAN number is service for which we are going to pay fees. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. there is no quid pro quo relationship. Next one, taxes are levied in greater interest of the country. So we discussed why taxes are levied. So we discussed different points as to why taxes are levied. So for the purpose of entire country, fees ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಫೀಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡುದು. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Taxes for the purpose of prosperity of the country they are going to charge. It is a payment for general purpose of the state. General purpose means what? Safeguarding the public interest, safeguarding the country, protecting the property, giving education, giving subsidies, poverty, eradication of poverty, eradication of different malpractices, eradication of blind beliefs, all social welfare. It is for the purpose of state welfare. It is for the purpose of state welfare. Taxpayer does not have a right to demand direct payment. So ನಾನು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನಗೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. Otherwise what would have happened? Otherwise the country would have been more prosperous. So ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟುವವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೈಟ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. People may say, shout, ನಮ್ಮ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನವರು ಗಮ್ಮತ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. But can you stop? Can you go and say this is our money, please stop? You cannot. You have only one right, that is to vote. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಕೇಳುವ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್. ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ people who are paying the taxes are more sad because they don't get any direct benefit out of it. They can't ask for direct benefit. One perspective, like at the same time some other people are getting benefited also. So there are two perspectives for this. ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬ ನೆಗೆಟಿವೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾರೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟುದು, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿಯೂ ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಇಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್, ನಾಟ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೋ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿಯರ್ than what revenue it earns. So this is a clear cut example for saying that there is no link between the cost of service, because there are income tax personals who need to be paid salary. There are income tax departments which needs to be maintained. There are buildings which needs to be maintained. There are assets which needs to be maintained. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಖರ್ಚಾಗುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಸಾಕಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Government will manage the fund from different areas. So there is no link between the cost of service and the taxes paid. Examples are income tax, excise, GST, customs and property tax, etc. Now tell me, with respect to taxes, whatever I have discussed, is it clear for you? Is there any doubts? Yavade doubts idya? I discussed about tax now. Tax ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. I hope it is clear for you. I'm going very slow. If you feel that this is fast, please tell me. We'll slow down more if you want. I hope it is clear to everyone. I want each one of you to reply. Yes, come on. Sumne kutolodalla. I want each one of you to type the reply there immediately. Yes sir, okay sir, no sir. Yenadru heli. You have to speak up. Come on. Super. Perfect. Super. Next we'll go for fees. Fees already discussed. Let us see some points. ಏನು ಗಗನ್, ಬಿಸಿಲು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದವರಿಗೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕರ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೆಯೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಕರ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಶುಲ್ಕ. ಫೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಶುಲ್ಕ. ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕಟ್ಟುದು? ಶುಲ್ಕ ಕಟ್ಟುದು. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಅದೇ ಶುಲ್ಕ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ನಾವು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಫೀಸ್. ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ನಮಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ನಮಗೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಂತ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಬೇಕೋ, ನಮಗೆ ಎಂತ ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದು ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಉಂಟೋ ಆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವಾಲಂಟರಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಲಾ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ಲಾ ಹೇಳುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟು ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನಿ. If you want to register a company, you have to pay the requisite fees to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA, ROC. So, ನೀವು ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This is not bribe, this is fees. Because government has to process it, there are a lot of expenses that goes in. For that purpose, government is collecting some nominal fees from you. It has a quid pro quo effect. Quid pro quo effect means something in return for something. If you pay the fees, you will get the benefit out of it. So I want a food license. I want to get a food license registered. What should I do? I should apply for the food department with requisite fees. Per year 100 rupees fees charge ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 5 years I'll pay 500 rupees fees. They will give me the food license. They will do the inspection for required inspection, and they will give me the food registration number. FSSI number ಅಂತ ನೀವೇನು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅದು. So here fees is paid. This is not a tax. This is a fees. It has a quid pro quo effect. Person paying it will receive the specific benefit. Special benefit. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೋ ಅದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಚಲಾನ್ ಕಟ್ತೀರಿ. 200-250 rupees ಚಲಾನ್ ಕಟ್ತೀರಿ. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೀಸ್. It is imposed to regulate various type of activities. So if you want to take any activity, if you want to take any benefit from that, government will charge the fees from you. Payer can demand for the benefit unlike tax. Unless tax alla, unlike LIKE, unlike tax. Unlike tax. So tax payment ಮಾಡಿದವನಿಗೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದವ ನನ್ನ ಈ ಫೀಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಎಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ difference between fees and tax. That is what the difference between fees and tax. It is linked with the cost of providing the service. So if I want a smart card, that is your license ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್, ಆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್. ಆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫೀಸ್: ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಫೀಸ್. You pay something called as stamp duty. It is a fees. Why? Government is giving some document for you. Stamp paper ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಗೆ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಗೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಏನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಫೀಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕರಿತೀರಿ, ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಸಮ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು. License fees to take any license, not only driving license, food license, driving license, pollution certificate, whatsoever, government is charging some fees out of it. Registration fees, if you want to register something, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವಿನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ದ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, ದ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದ ಫೀಸ್. This is what fees is all about. One more type is there, that is called as cess. ಈ ಕರ, tax is called as ಕರ. ಕರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as cess. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಚೀವ್ ಸಮ್ ಸರ್ಟೇನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಫಂಡ್ ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೆಸ್. ಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, government wants to implement secondary and higher primary education for all the students, so they charge education cess. Nimma tax inottige government will also collect one more amount that is called as cess. Tax ina mele ಒಂದು specific percentage amount ಅನ್ನು collect ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. So difference between tax and cess ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲಾ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಲಾ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಜಾಯ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನೌ, ಈಗಂತ 10:30 10:20 ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೂ ಲೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಲಾ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕರ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ದರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಲಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಸ್. ಸೆಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಟ್ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಸ್. At municipal level, as Avinash said, we have something called as beggar cess, or we also have some for cleaning purpose they have some cess. At state level and central level, we have education cess, we have Krishi Kalyan cess, we have Clean India cess, we have environmental cess. These type of cesses are collected for achieving specific purpose. For example, iga coal industrial yarella deal ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ, those people who are into coal industry, if they are selling coals more than 1 crore rupees, they have to pay something called as Clean India cess, because coal causes pollution. To reduce the pollution, government is collecting this fund. Yes, so different cesses are there. Local governments kuda ಕೆಲವು cess issue ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, central government kuda ಕೆಲವು cesses issue ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So it is like cess can be issued by government at any time. If the purpose is served, government can withdraw the cess. A purpose serve aita, government can withdraw the cess. Swachh Bharat cess, government is planning to implement the Swachh Bharat. For that, expenses are there, so 0.550% is collected as Swachh Bharat cess. Why? Because government has to implement that idea. Now once India is very clean, if government feels India is very clean, they will stop the Swachh Bharat cess. So cess is an extra collection by the government. It doesn't require any law. So one question is PM Care Fund assess? PM Care Fund is not assess. PM Care Fund is a fund where people will contribute the money. Nobody is compelled to pay anything to PM Cares Fund. If you are interested, you can pay. That is what a charity purpose. That is a charity purpose fund established by the government. Yes. How is it collected, directly or indirectly? Normally you will pay tax. Let us say you have a tax of 100 rupees. You need to pay a tax of 100 rupees. Now government will say, when you pay the tax, along with this tax, you pay 2% cess. Now that will be 102 rupees. This 2 rupees is called as cess. On tax, normally, on your income tax, normally 4% higher education cess will be levied. HEC, higher education cess. So higher education cess of 4%. That means how much soever income tax you are going to pay, upon that 4% will be paid to the government as cess. This will go to separate fund in the government. Or even when you pay the municipal property tax, in property tax, what they will do? Property tax, along with the property tax, they will collect this welfare cess. They will collect this beggar cess and different things. So along with the this one, along with your taxes, something extra is collected. That is called as cess. Government tomorrow feels, no, we don't require this cess. What will government do? Government will remove the cess. So there is no requirement for setting of a parliament, passing of an act. These are not required for cess. That is the difference between tax and cess. Main difference between tax and cess. So let us understand. Let's see the points of tax. That is why it is called as upakara. That means it is charged on the tax. It is charged on the tax. Upakara. Karada mele baruvantadu upakara. Upakara alla. Upakara. So that is what is all about cess. So it is introduced to promote a particular scheme which government feels is important. Government ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನವರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮಿಗೆ, ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ್ For Swachh Bharat purpose, they are collecting. Education cess, for education purpose, for promoting the education, they are going to collect. So what is not clear, sir? Nitisha, what is not clear? Okay. What is not clear? Not clear ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ? What is not clear? Okay. It is introduced to promote a particular scheme which government feels is important for one specific purpose. So if I say higher education cess, higher education cess, government is collecting for cess, cess for government is collecting cess for education purpose only. The cess which is collected should be used for education purpose only. This is used for education purpose only. This is used for education purpose only. Some department collects stamp charges. What is the purpose? That is their purpose, sir. If they want any fund for their purpose, they will charge. That is not collected. That is nowhere connected to taxes. It is not connected to taxes. It is some for army development. For that is for the funds, for army fund. They are collecting some stamps and they will give some stamps and they will collect money. Even for police purpose, for police welfare, they are collecting some money. That has nothing, no nexus to that with taxes and all. That is something they want for welfare fund. That is for welfare fund. It is an additional levy, correct? It is an additional levy which can be withdrawn by the government anytime. It is an additional levy that is over and above the tax, correct? What is cess in GST? As of now in GST directly there is no cess, but for some specific goods like tobacco, those are like luxurious and harmful. Upon that there is something called as cesses. There are different cesses which are collected. Cess is an additional levy which government fixes for special purpose. Yes, it is that way. That is what is given here. Cess can be levied and withdrawn at any time at the discretion of government. Whenever the government feels like it wants fund, it will collect it. Once government feels we don't want fund, they will remove it. That's it. Generally, it is expected to be levied till the time government sets enough money for the purpose. So tomorrow, if you see that government has enough fund to give education to everyone freely, government will stop this cess. If government feels that it has enough fund for Swachh Bharat, it stops the cess. If government feels that it has enough funds for Clean India project, it will stop the cess. So cess is an additional levy, additionally collected by the government. This doesn't require the approval of parliament. That is what I was telling. Right from that time, I was telling the same thing. Taxes needs an act. Cess doesn't need an act. Cess can be passed through an ordinance, through a notification. So this doesn't require voting in the parliament. That was what I was trying to make out from that time. I said for tax, act is there. For cess, there is no act. Cess can be levied at any time, withdrawn by the government at any time. Yes, generally it is expected to be levied till the time government sets enough money for the purpose. So examples: Krishi Kalyan cess, education cess, Swachh Bharat cess, Clean India cess, beggar cess, whatever library cess, whatsoever you want, you can include cess, whatever is there at present. For brief examples, these three are sufficient. For brief examples, these three are sufficient. Normally it is asked as a short note question. This area is normally asked as a short note question. So these three are important areas which we discussed now. That is tax versus fees versus cess. So tax, compulsory payment. Fees is an optional for service, for specific service. Cess is something which is levied over and above the taxes. Cess which is levied over and above the taxes. I hope that is clear. Is there any doubts? We can have a doubt clearing session now. Yes.